Food for thought.
Can modern humans evolve? This is something that really has been on my mind for the past few days, and I wanted to see what you guys think. You know, it's a very controversial topic. You know, the whole idea of evolution is very controversial in our world today, and to say that, you know, to question, are we evolving today, kind of, you know, might sort of offend people who are religious, believe in the idea of creation. But just as a mode of conversation, just to bring up something, an idea, I wanted to talk to you guys about this. You know, is it possible for modern day humans today for us to evolve? And to start off, I pulled up a few things on the internet. First off, let's start with the definition of evolution. We have two definitions here: the change in genetic composition of a population over successive generations, which may be caused by natural selection, inbreeding, hybridization, or mutation. And the next definition is the sequence of events depicting the evolutionary development of a species or of a group of related organisms. So, that was our definition, and when I think about that, you know, from all the things that I've learned over the years in biology, in anthropology, just the study of our development, it makes me think that in our current society today, we do not have the capability of evolving as a species. And the reason why I say this is because in most other cases, when we talk about evolution, the environment has such a profound effect on a species that it has no other choice but to evolve in order to survive. You know, if you don't evolve when the environment puts pressure on you, your species usually becomes extinct. And the best example of this that I, you know, can think of is the example of the peppered moth in England. What happened is, the peppered moth is a very light-colored, you know, white moth that lives on these very white, lightly colored trees. Just trying to find the name of them here. I can't really find it right now. I don't have exactly every single detail, but what happened was these moths in the population had a mutation that allowed some of the moths to become very dark colored, you know, very, you know, darkish brown almost. What happened was these moths were killed off by predators because when they were on the trees that they lived on, very lightly colored, they stuck out very well, and birds could pick them off easily because, you know, they're very... The color clash was kind of dramatic. Very dark moths on very lightly colored trees. What happened in England, though, was once the Industrial Revolution, pollution started coming in, and either the trees started dying out, you know, they would fall over and die, or, you know, just all the toxins in the air would poison them, or, this was the kicker, when soot from the factories would attach itself to the trees were no longer white colored, they were very dark, you know, they were black almost. And so what ended up happening was that these lightly colored white moths became, you know, unfavored. You know, it was, these moths became the target of predation, and the dark colored moths, the one who had this mutation to become more darker colored, were the ones that survived. So over the years, you know, these white-colored moths became, you know, sort of obsolete. Their genes were taken out of the gene pool because they were being eaten. While the dark-colored moths, those ones that thrived, were able to breed and pass on their traits. That's how evolution really works. You know, it's the ones that are better suited to survive in its environment are the ones that survive. The ones that pass on the genes that allowed it to be, you know, the top of its game. Now, let's say we have a population of zebra, you know, and one zebra for some reason, has a mutation that allows it to have more muscle mass, be able to make it run faster, run harder, and it's able to escape, predators easily. Well, that zebra is going to be able to mate with a lot of other zebra because it's been able to survive for longer. So its genes get passed down, those zebra live longer, and they pass their genes down. That's how evolution really happens. It's a very long process to be able to convert an entire population to, one type. The gene has to pass through the population for a very long time, which leads me to this issue. We, as a population of, Homo sapiens, we are the only organism on Earth that is able to manipulate our environment to suit our needs. When it's cold, we take out a coat. When it's hot, we wear shorts and a t-shirt. And we don't need to change our genes to be able to survive. We, adapt, not biologically, but just by other means in order to survive. And I wonder, are we ever going to change as a species because of this? There isn't any environmental pressure put on us in order to survive. There's no genes that could be passed down in order for us to, change or to be, better suited for our environment, because our environment is always changing. We always change how our environment is. If it's too cold, we'll make it hotter. If it's too hot, we make it colder. There's no, upper hand that someone could have over other people. We can modify ourselves, we can modify our environment. That's the main issue that I see here. But scientists have said that there are at least two things going on with the human population that's like us evolving. The first one is our jaws are becoming smaller. With all the processed foods, all of this easily chewable stuff, we don't need all that jaw power, so we're starting to get smaller jaws, which is why we need our wisdom teeth removed, is because we just simply don't have the room to have those extra teeth. The last one that scientists are talking about is body hair. Since we have clothes, we have coats, we have, all this other stuff, there's no need for body hair. The main reason why body hair developed in Homo sapiens is because we needed warmth. Body hair helps trap in heat, and nowadays we just wear coats, we wear clothes, like I said before. There's no need for body hair, so what's going on is we're slowly balding. We're losing our head hair, we're losing our bodily hair, and scientists have projected that soon enough we are going to become, like, totally naked of hair. But I just think about that and just think, is that really going to happen? Is there going to be enough environmental factors? Is there going to be a gene that enters into our gene pool and is able to spread that's going to actually invoke that evolutionary change? And I want to know your guys' opinions about this. Do you think this is going to be able to happen? Do we have the capability of evolving as a species in our today's society, because we can manipulate our environment so well that there's just no need, or there's no chance for if you want to call it a superior mutation or a gene that kind of sticks out and makes one species, or not species, one population better suited for living than the other. That's all the time we have here today, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Peace out. Have a great day.